If you still crave meat or dairy, even though you know it's not aligned, I get it, because I was the same way. But this one mind shift I adapted made leaving behind the animal products overnight so easy. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I rewired my cravings for them, cleared the guilt about eating them, and never looked back at eating animal products ever again. So the first thing we need to realize is that we've been brainwashed to think we need this excess amount of protein every single day, right? And we've also been brainwashed to think that meat is basically the only source of protein, right? Now, let's take a look at this. So the only thing that our bodies actually need from protein is the amino acids in there, okay? So our body has to use our energy, our mental, our physical, our spiritual, our emotional energy, right, in our digestive system to break down this protein sources, even lentils, right? Lentils and meat, okay? Because they have protein in them, lentils. Our body has to use a lot of energy to process this protein just to get amino acids out of them, okay? And the amino acids is what our body needs, those essential amino acids. That's what maintains and increases our muscle growth and nourishes us, right? So that's all our body needs from the protein, okay? And these 9 essential amino acids, these building blocks, are in everything, right? They're in fruits, they're in vegetables, they're in leafy greens, they're in seeds, they're in nuts, okay? So this is what no one talks about, okay? I've been eating a fruit-based diet, fruit and veggie and green and some grains every now and then diet for almost 6 years now, okay? Like, I'm building muscle every single day. I feel great. I have so much energy, okay? So, like, I am living proof. Let me be the living proof that you don't need this dead animals, okay? And you can get your protein in everything, okay? You really just need the amino acids, okay? Protein is not essential for the human body, okay? It really just causes us a lot of, it's just wasting our energy. It's causing so much blockage. Our stomach acids are weak already. If you live out here in the Western world, you know, you eat a lot of cooked food, a lot of processed food your whole life, your stomach acid is weak, okay? And your stomach acid is responsible for breaking down everything in your stomach. And protein is one of the most dense sources of food that, you know, we've been feeding ourselves. And this is just causing so much havoc in our gut. And when we begin to give our bodies just the amino acids, right, so it doesn't have to use all this energy and work just to get that power it needs from those amino acids, when we just feed it the fruit, we're instantly fueled, okay? Fruit digests in like 5-10 minutes. A steak, right? A chicken breast, some turkey, some fish, even lentils, these protein sources take hours and hours and even days and weeks, okay? Meat gets stuck in your colon for, it could be weeks before that thing fully breaks down. It's so dense, okay? It's hard to digest. There's no water content in it, right? And we're water-based beings. And just everyone that eats steaks and chicken and all these the meat and dairy foods, right? Everyone that eats these foods, you don't realize it if they're not obese, but everyone that eats these foods on a day-to-day basis is internally inflamed and hot. They don't have a relationship with the sun. They don't want to be outside all day, okay? Because they're internally inflamed and clogged up. Their arteries are clogged. Your heart is an artery. They have high cholesterol levels. They smell like shit, okay? You go into a bathroom after a fruit eater takes a shit, takes a poop, excuse my language, and sorry I keep itching up here. There's an insect getting me. But if you go into the bathroom after a fruitarian takes a poop, you're not going to smell anything. It might smell like fruit, okay? But if you go into the bathroom after a meat eater just took a poop, it smells like complete death. Even their armpits, when they're when they're sweating, okay, they have to use all this deodorant and spray. When you're just eating mostly fruit, you don't need no cologne, no perfume, no spray, no deodorant, okay? Because your body isn't just in this constant state of purging toxins. This is why meat eaters smell so much, okay, and why they sweat so much, okay, is because their body, sweating is a form of elimination, okay? Your skin is an elimination organ. So this is what it is. Their body is in a constant state of purging toxins out of them, okay? The body is always trying to reach homeostasis, balance, okay? While we're sleeping, it's doing this internal cleansing and sweeping and detoxing, okay? So if you're always smelling this body odor, and even your burps are smelling and your farts are smelling and your poops are smelling, this is your body literally just purging out toxic waste, okay? And think about setting a piece of fish or a piece of steak, a dead cow, in your kitchen overnight, okay? It's gonna rot, it's gonna smell, it's gonna stink, it's gonna have bugs on it and worms and shit, okay? This is what is happening in your body, okay? It's just flesh rotting, dead flesh decaying in your body, okay? So this is why people get cancer that eat a lot of red meat, okay? Because these worms are attracted to this meat. They will find a way to get in there, right? They're attracted to this dead flesh, the carcass. If you go look at some roadkill on the ground right now, you're gonna see a lot of worms and little insects in it. And realize we don't have claws, we don't have canines, okay? We can't just go run up on a cow and like bite its fucking head off, right? We can't like claw it. No, we couldn't do that to any animal out here, even a squirrel. Like, how are you gonna eat a squirrel out in nature? It's just, it doesn't make sense, okay? And when you go and you're walking and you see a cow, or you're driving and you see horses on a farm and a cow, you don't automatically just start salivating, okay? You don't look at them as appetizing. You don't get hungry. You don't instinctually, intuitively get hungry when you see those horses and those cows and those even chickens running around. Everyone loves to eat chicken out here. You don't even get hungry when you see them. And it's only when you cook it. Even when you're in the store, right, and you're seeing that raw meat packaged up, you're still not even salivating over it. It doesn't look good at all. No one likes to be playing with the raw meat, really. No kid goes up to the meat section in the grocery store and is like salivating and begging their mom to buy it, right? No, they want all the colorful snacks, right? Because their brain, you know, the grocery store has all these colorful snacks is because they know that humans are attracted to these bright, colorful colors. Fruits, every color that we're craving, all the kids are craving in the grocery aisles can all be found in the produce section, okay? So that was just another point. No kid ever instinctually wants to kill an animal and like needs to. And if you eat fish, think about you just being hooked from a bird up in the sky. They just put a hook up in your jaw and just like stabbing through your jaw and like hooking you up and just like playing with you and like Snapchatting you and like recording you. That would feel terrible. So my point is, animals have feelings. Animals are energy beings just like us, okay? If you go chill by a cow, like it's just gonna like hug on you and like it's gonna let you cuddle it and like chill with it and pet it. Same with the horse. These animals are energetic beings, emotional beings, social beings, just like you, okay? And let me dive deeper into this. So emotions are basically just energy in motion, okay? Now, when we feel different emotions, this is different frequencies, different energies, okay? Now, a pig or a cow or a chicken in a factory farm watching their family die, knowing that they're next, okay? They're in the most lowest frequency, lowest emotion, lowest energy, right? They're frustrated, they're irritated, they're mad, they're angry, they're sad, they're depressed. They're in the lowest frequency, okay? And that's not just a mental thing. When you're that low, like this is when you physically become sick. The mind tells the body what to do. The body is a slave to the mind, okay? So we're just like them. When we're feeling super, super depressed, we don't want to eat. We're getting pale. You know, we're having headaches and stomach aches. Like the body is not okay, okay? And this is the energy that you're eating these chickens and cows and pigs in, okay? Not to mention, we eat the same 3 or 4, not we, but you guys eat the same 3 or 4 animals, fish, pig, chicken, and cow on this abundant ass world. There's over, I don't even know how many fruits there are. I should look that up. Someone look it up and comment. I think there's probably over 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 different varieties of fruits. So you're eating this energy, okay? And this is that karmic energy that you're creating for yourself and your reality, okay? You're eating this, and the only reason you're eating it is because you don't have to skin it, right? You could go in the grocery store, buy this nice little neat package of chicken breast and, this beef. And we put all these words on it: beef, pork chops. Like, no, these are pig parts. These are dead pig parts. What is a steak? This is a dead cow body part. The only reason you're eating these is because someone else is doing the work. You don't feel like going out and hunting a wild cow or breeding a cow or chickens, right? And killing them and stabbing them and slicing them and skinning them, right? And washing them, or whatever the process calls for. You don't feel like doing any of that. That's why you don't. Right? Because you just go in the grocery store. The grocery store is so unnatural, by the way. It's just a big box. It's not anything out here in nature, really. It's just maybe the produce section. We got to start living as if we were out here in nature, guys. This is our home. We are from nature. I know me and you were born in a box, a hospital, but that is not our origins. Our ancestors were barefoot on this grass, connected to the sun, the moon, the plants, coexisting with the plants, digging in the ground, growing vegetables straight from the earth, just like where we came from. Yes, these animals are from the earth too, but these animals are here to show us love and bonding, right? These animals are here for a reason, and we don't need, that's the number one thing you need to put in your head is you don't need animals, dude. I've been eating no animals for almost 6 years now. I feel amazing. My body odor smells, I don't have body odor. My girlfriend tells me I smell like maple syrup and papayas. My poops don't smell, my breath doesn't smell, my farts, I don't ever fart, because fart is literally just a sign of indigestion going on. Same with burping. I don't do any of these things anymore. I feel so much lighter, okay? And that is why people that eat meat don't have a healthy relationship with the sun, right? They can't be in the sun for more than a couple hours without having to go in the AC, because they're so internally inflamed with this density in them, with this dark, dense, dead energy in them. This is dead energy sitting you. You become who you eat, right? You literally become what you put in your temple, okay? And this is why people are obese, is because they have this density, no hydration in them. And I'm not talking about isolated water hydration. I mean from their food, structured cellular water in their food. These people have this density. Our colons are like 5 to 6 feet long, right? It goes like in a wine, like a wave. Okay, so a lot of stuff gets stuck in here. The only stuff that gets stuck in here is dry density. Okay, and what pushes out is that hydrating food, that lighter density hydrating food, that sun life energy, that light energy has to come in and pull it out, right? Those fruits, those vegetables, those leafy greens. And cheese too. Cheese, it literally takes 10 pounds of milk to make 1 pound of cheese. So you're just eating a little quarter pound of cheese, half pound of cheese. That's so many pounds of milk you're clogging your colons with and your arteries with, man. We're the only species that drinks another species' piss. And we're the only species that's chronically sick, chronically fat. No other species drinks another species' piss or milk, whatever you want to call it. And another thing is to take into consideration when you're craving the Taco Bell or the Jimmy John's or the soup, the beef soups, all of these stuff. Stop seeing it as just soup. Stop seeing it as just tacos. Stop seeing it as just a sandwich. No. It's so much deeper than that. This is like not what you want to be putting in your body, dude. I'm telling you, this is the reason you're dealing with the problems you're dealing with now, the physical symptoms, is because look what you're eating. Look what is the one thing you've been eating your whole life? Animals. It's the most densest thing. We are light beings. We thrive in the sun. We thrive off hydration, where our bodies are 72% water. We need light. We need hydration in our foods. We need to be eating electric foods. That dead animal carcass rotting in your colon is not electric at all, not energized at all, not light at all, not hydrating at all. It's straight dark death, density, okay? And this is why people that eat so much meat and have this rotting in their stomach are so stressed and so angry and so sad and just have these, just like beastie mentalities of just like wanting to like kill and rage and just so violent, you know? I don't feel like this when I'm off the fruit. I'm peaceful. I'm hydrated. I'm one with the sun. I could be in the sun all day chilling, getting energy from the sun. That sun is going to expose your diet. If you have that dark density death in you, you're getting burnt. And going back to the Taco Bell, the sandwiches and stuff, you can recreate all of these. Go get a can or a bag of jackfruit. You can find it in Sprouts. You can find it in your local co-op health store. You can find it probably at Whole Foods. Go get some jackfruit. Go get some mushrooms if you would like. Just season them how you would season your meat and throw it in a taco. Throw it in a corn tortilla. You can make sour cream out of cashews, out of raw cashews, out of hemp seeds. Okay? You can recreate all of these things with eggs and cheese and milk and butter and meat. Okay? You can make plant-based ranch out of cashews or Brazil nuts. Everything that you crave in a animal-based diet, I'm telling you, you can recreate it better out of plants and feel better. We go back to these comfort foods that they're not even comfortable. You eat that Taco Bell, you eat that soup bowl of beef, you eat that Jimmy John sandwich. You're not comfortable afterwards. You're numbed out. You're addicted. You're thinking about more. You're in guilt. You're in regret. You're in shame. You're in this low vibration. Your energy is gone. Zapped. Done. You're on the couch. You're done. Food is supposed to be fuel. Okay? Not to say that food can't taste good. Food can be stimulating in a healthy way. Okay? Because I'm all about flavor. I love eating great food. I don't like to eat mediocre, boring, bland food, okay? That's not what we're here for. We're abundant beings. There's so many fresh herbs and dry seasonings and, just like condiments that are plant-based from plants. You can make your food amazing, okay? So whenever you crave anything, stop just looking at it as like, oh, I want Taco Bell. No, go find some vegan tacos and not no Impossible or Beyond Meat, none of that. Don't buy any meat with like canola oil or anything like that. This is why I'm telling you to go get some jackfruit. Put some coconut aminos on it. Put some chili powder on it. Some taco seasonings even. Some salt. Do this with the mushrooms as well. All right? You can make walnut meat. Put walnuts in a food processor with sun-dried tomatoes and a couple of dates and taco seasonings, cumin, chili powder, paprika, oregano. You could put some fresh cilantro in there. Put a little cap of coconut aminos in there. Nice, healthy sea salt alternative. Okay? So just my main point of this too is just to stop looking at these foods, the Taco Bell, whatever it is, the chicken sandwich. Stop just looking at these foods as just sandwiches, okay? And going to get them because you crave them. When you can go and get you can make the same thing, and it's gonna feel so much amazing. It's just gonna feel so much more accomplished making this food in your kitchen or going to get it and trying something new and feeling how light and energized you still are after and feel good. You have that same little texture and same, flavor kind of thing. You're satisfied. You can be satisfied with plants. There's so many people doing it. That's another tip too, is just to start looking at how many people are doing it. Start typing in healthy plant-based, healthy vegan. And you don't have to shift your identity to a vegan or plant-based. None of that. You just don't eat death and dead animals because that shit's nasty. And you don't need it. Okay? You don't need it. If you want to feel amazing and feel lighter and have a healthy relationship with the sun and not be sweating so much and sweating this body odor and farting and shitting smelly, come back home. Come back home. I'm literally around so many plants always. I never smell stinky anything. And if you're obese, constipated, or backed up, realize animals are building foods. Why do you need to be putting in all of these building foods, right? I could see how our ancestors were maybe doing it back then. Like we were traveling a lot, maybe not in areas of accessible abundance of fruits, right? And so we had to like have more strength and stuff to fight these animals and do whatever, build houses and stuff. But if you're obese, constipated, or backed up, why are you putting in building density foods? You need lighter, hydrating foods. This is how you heal. This is I'm literally giving you the only protocol to naturally heal, okay? You can take that new medication, what is it? You shoot something or you take a pill, Ozempic, I don't even know what it's called, but there's so many side effects that you don't even want to know of that pill, of that medication. Anyways, these are building foods. You need light, hydrating foods. This is the only way to heal. I'm telling you, this is the only way to heal, is to just come fuck with the plant kingdom. Literally, it's been waiting for you this whole time. Come fuck with the plant kingdom. It's all alive. You go in the woods and you feel that energy. You feel that life energy. All these trees are alive. That bell pepper you can eat is alive. The zucchini, the cucumbers, these are electric, hydrated at a structural level for our cells, man. Doing so much more for our bodies and loosening our colon than just isolated water found in the grocery store. That's not real hydration. I don't ever crave water, ever. The only time I do crave water is after a cooked food meal on occasion that I have, because it's dehydrating. Cooked foods pull out the hydration of your body to break it down, because the cooked foods don't have any water. And yeah, going back to my point, you don't have to identify as a vegan, okay? I don't identify my diet. My diet doesn't identify, doesn't label who I am. It doesn't label my reality, okay? I have access to everything. I can eat whatever I want. There's no restrictions. I choose, okay? But yeah, start following healthy plant-based people thriving on fruit, people thriving on raw foods and big salads and juicy fruits and vegetables and greens and nuts and seeds. Start rewiring your Instagram and Facebook and TikTok feed for this shit, and unfollow all of these gut health or anyone talking about like you need meat, okay? Because anyone that does eat meat and is somewhat healthy has to eat it in moderation, in minimal amounts. Okay, and that should tell you right there, if you can't eat an abundance of it and not be healthy still, it's not for you. I can eat so much fruit all day, every day. All day, every day. I go through one big watermelon in half a day. I'm ready for my next one. I can eat an abundance of fruit all day, every day, and feel amazing. I haven't been sick in 1.5 years now, because I've been focusing more on the fruits and getting off of the vegan processed junk. And start looking up why and how we don't need animals to thrive. Start looking up how eating steak is bad for you, drinking milk is bad for you. Start looking things up. And of course, if you look up the opposite, how drinking milk is good for you, you'll always find something, okay? But at least just look up why these things are bad for you. Get the scientific knowledge, okay? Because a lot of us like that scientific evidence thing over just a story like this, or just someone on the internet, right? But I'm telling you basically my story through these points. This is everything that went through my head when I seen a guy online talking about you don't need meat. These are all the things that helped me dial in and really just like, yeah, stop being numbed out from this. All of us, none of us think about this stuff. We eat meat. Meat eaters eat meat like 3 times a day. It's in their breakfast, the sausage. It's in their lunch, the chicken salad. It's in their dinner, the steak or the salmon with the broccoli. And no one thinks about this. No one when we're eating this meat 3 times a day, and none of us think about this. We're so closed off from our actions. And our actions are a part of what we get in this life, right? You're choosing to put this death force energy, this death density, dry nothingness. It's just dead flesh, rotten. So you're choosing to alter your frequency, right? Because we're all vibrating at a certain frequency. Love is a very high frequency. Joy is a very high frequency. So when you put yourself in that emotion and that energy, you start attracting more joy. If I come outside, I'm always depressed and angry, and I won't ever see the great. I won't ever experience greatness in this life, the abundance in this life. Okay? So if you keep putting this low frequency, this low energy, this dead, dense energy, this dehydrating energy in you, you're never going to experience the life you want. There's so much karma from that, okay? And people say, oh, plants die too, but no, fruits literally were spawned and grown for us to eat, right? We're like the only people that can, the only species that can like pick the fruits besides like some monkeys and shit. These fruits were put here and we're naturally attracted to it visually, and the scent, we're attracted to it, right? And the touch, we know when it's ripe, right? Our taste buds love it. We're hydrated off it. We're energized off it. We're feeling good. We're connected to the nature, right? And when we eat this fruit, it's meant for us to, go eat it somewhere else and spread the seed, drop the seed off and reproduce more. We would have no homeless people on a shortage of food if we all just planted trees. Really, though. Okay, and all these cows and chickens and pigs you eat are just breeded. They're not even the same cows as like a wild cow. So that's about everything I have. Animals have emotions, okay? Animals are beings. Animals, I look at animals literally as humans, but just on a higher level. They're so much more intelligent. They don't have this like ego that we have in all these like needs and judgments and opinions and worries. Like, they're not egoistic. They're just literally higher selves of us. They're spiritual Buddhas. They're monks, right? We can learn from them. And I know when you get back off this video, you're going to go see an ad on TikTok and Instagram or YouTube, and you're going to drive out of your neighborhood and smell the Chick-fil-A and see the banners, Golden Corral, McDonald's, Burger King. But I need you to hold on to this thought. Animals. That's what you're eating. Animals, dude. It's not just a burger. No, it's not just a steak. No, it's not just a beef patty. No, this is literally dead, rotten flesh. It's the lowest frequency you can ever put in your mouth in this life. So I hope that hit home for you. Replay this video and take notes. Put this on your wall. Put this on your fridge. Somewhere you'll see these points every single day to remind yourself of how serious this is, dude. And watch. Give yourself just a week off that meat, bro. Because now you have like so much, you just opened a whole new door, opened a whole new portal in your life of just newness. Now you get to try all these mushroom recipes and the jackfruit. You can go try all the healthy vegan food. You can make bomb-ass mashed potatoes. You can make coconut milk-based sauces, ranch, blue cheese, honey mustard, anything you want. Literally anything that you crave so much on these meat-based diets, you can recreate. Okay? And look at the doctors, man. The doctors are obese. I remember, dude, I had like so many doctors when I was going through my acid reflux journey. Every single one was chubby and fat, and I know for a fact they ate meat. Look at the big bodybuilders, the big meatheads. Look how inflamed their body is. Do you see how red their whole body is? They're internally inflamed, stuffing their damn bodies, stuffing their temples with this dead flesh just to get big muscles. For what? Why do you have to be that strong in this life? I can pull myself up trees. I can hit 15 pull-ups in a row, 40, 50 push-ups. I can run. Okay, I can do everything I need to survive in this life, especially in this society. So that's it for today. I hope this hit home for you. Like I said, I hope this provided you some clarity and some power, right? That you don't need to rely on dead animals just to get up every day and do your duties and do what you want and enjoy life. You don't need to. No. You don't need to kill. And just think, just remind yourself that you wouldn't go and kill a goat or go and kill a lamb, right? You wouldn't go and kill. I don't care if they have good lamb chops. I don't care if they have the best burger. Would you kill a cow right now? If you just see a cow pull up right now, you're gonna kill it? No, dude, you're not. You're not, dude. You're not gonna kill it. You're not going to kill the cow. I know for a fact. You know for a fact, dude. You don't want to skin it and what? You can't even eat it raw. You have to go back home and cook it, bro. The fruit, I just pick it and I'm done. No karma. Did exactly what this life wanted me to. Put it right in front of me. I'm hydrated now. I'm good. I can go run. I can go chill. I can go work. Anything. So I'll leave it at that. Drop a comment if you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, ideas. And I will see you guys in the next one. This has been Practitioner Key. Happy healing, family. Cheers.